The world is a complex and ever-changing place, with shifting alliances and unexpected threats lurking around every corner. And while many countries strive for peaceful relations with their neighbors, there are always those who seek to disrupt the status quo and assert their dominance over others. In the far-off land of the Netherlands, a shadow loomed large over their beloved economic security. Their intelligence agency and service had sounded the alarm that China was the biggest threat of them all. But that wasn't all. The agency also warned of other dangers that were creeping up both within and outside their borders. They feared for the rule of law that had always been the backbone of their nation. The people of the Netherlands were on high alert as they braced themselves for what lay ahead. So, it was a sunny day in the Netherlands when the intelligence service released its latest report on the risks facing the country. As the pages were turned, a sense of unease began to spread amongst those who had gathered to hear the findings. The report stated that China, the world's most populous nation, was the biggest threat to the Netherlands' economic security. As the news spread, people started to wonder what this would mean for their country. Would China's growing influence pose a serious threat to the Dutch economy? Would they be able to defend themselves against this threat? The questions kept coming, but the answers were not easy to find. Many people were worried about what this could mean for their jobs, their businesses, and their future. Would China's commercial espionage efforts steal their trade secrets and put them out of business? Would China's covert investments in the Netherlands give them undue influence over the country's economic policies? As the days went on, the news continued to dominate the headlines. People were glued to their televisions, radios, and social media feeds, trying to keep up with the latest developments. Some people were even starting to take matters into their own hands by investing in companies that they believed could protect them from China's economic power. Despite the uncertainty and the fear, there was also a sense of determination in the air. The Dutch people knew that they were facing a serious threat, but they were not going to give up without a fight. They were going to do everything in their power to protect their economy and their way of life from China's encroaching influence. In the case of the Netherlands, the agency known as AVID has sounded the alarm over the increasingly aggressive behavior of both Russia and China. In particular, the AVID report warns of China's insidious attempts to acquire Dutch and Western technologies, not for the purposes of economic growth or social progress, but rather for military gain. It's a sobering reminder that the pursuit of technological advancement is not always a benign or neutral endeavor. Indeed, as the AVID notes, China's efforts to amass knowledge and capabilities in this area are driven by a desire for greater military power and the ability to project that power beyond its borders. Of course, China is not the only country to pose a threat to Dutch national security. Russia's invasion of Ukraine has also raised concerns among Dutch officials, who see the country as a destabilizing force in the region. With its vast military resources and willingness to engage in aggressive tactics, Russia represents a clear and present danger to the stability and security of not just the Netherlands, but the wider European community. All of this serves as a reminder that vigilance is essential in the face of threats from abroad. Whether it's China's pursuit of technological dominance or Russia's expansionist ambitions, the Netherlands must remain vigilant and proactive in protecting its interests and safeguarding the security of its people. By staying ahead of the curve and maintaining a strong and resilient defense posture, the country can ensure its continued prosperity and well-being in an uncertain and rapidly changing world. In a world where globalization has become the norm, it's no secret that collaborations between countries are vital for progress and prosperity. The Netherlands has long been a melting pot of cultures, traditions, and ideas, and Chinese companies and knowledge institutions valuable partners in the pursuit of innovation and growth. The intricate web of trade, investment, and intellectual exchange between the two nations has undoubtedly brought countless benefits and opportunities to both sides. However, as with any relationship, there are risks and challenges that must be navigated. In recent years, concerns have grown about the potential threats posed by China to Dutch economic security. The rapid rise of Chinese technology companies, combined with their government support and protectionism, has sparked fears that Dutch businesses could be outcompeted, their intellectual property stolen, or their markets disrupted. As such, it's essential for Dutch institutions to be vigilant and proactive in safeguarding their interests. This doesn't necessarily mean cutting off ties with China, but rather taking measures to ensure fair competition, protecting critical infrastructure, and preserving intellectual property. By striking a balance between collaboration and caution, the Netherlands can continue to benefit from its relationship with China while also safeguarding its economic security for the long term. Deep within the bustling city of Veldhoven in the Netherlands lies a company at the forefront of the technological revolution, ASML. This tech giant has revolutionized the manufacturing process of computer chips and is a key player in the global tech industry. However, the success of ASML has not gone unnoticed by the world's most populous nation, China. The Chinese government, infamous for its clandestine operations and covert tactics, has set its sights on ASML and the advanced technology it produces. According to reports from the Dutch intelligence agency, China has been engaging in a variety of nefarious activities to obtain ASML's cutting-edge technology. The tactics employed range from the outright illegal, such as espionage and illegal exports, to more subtle and legal, such as corporate takeovers and academic collaborations. The impact of China's actions on Dutch businesses, academic organizations, and scientists has been significant. The threat to ASML, in particular, has been a cause for concern as China is the third largest market for the company's lithography machines. These machines are an essential component in the production of computer chips and have revolutionized the tech industry. As tensions continue to rise between China and the West, the fate of ASML hangs in the balance. Will China succeed in its efforts to obtain ASML's advanced technology, or will the Dutch company manage to safeguard its innovations and stay ahead of the game? Only time will tell. Further, on a typical Monday morning in Amsterdam, when the news broke out about the Dutch government's decision to restrict the export of semiconductor technology, people were rushing to their workplaces, sipping coffee, and chatting about the latest headlines. But amidst the bustling crowds, there was an air of curiosity and uncertainty. What does this mean for the future of technology and the global market? As the day wore on, more information started to trickle in, and it became clear that the regulations were aimed at curbing China's growing dominance in the semiconductor industry. The United States had already implemented similar measures a few months ago, and now the Dutch government was following suit. For ASML, one of the leading semiconductor equipment manufacturers in the world, this meant big changes were coming. The company's cutting-edge technology was at the forefront of their industry, and they knew that the new regulations would impact their business. In a statement released in March, ASML announced that they anticipated a new licensing requirement for some of their sophisticated products. This was a significant shift from the status quo, and many were left wondering how it would affect the company's growth and expansion plans. But even amidst the uncertainty, there was a sense of determination and resilience. The Dutch government's decision was a bold move, one that showed their commitment to protecting their country's interests in the face of global economic challenges. As the world watched and waited, the industry players knew that the future of semiconductor technology was at stake. It was a high-stakes game, one where innovation and competitiveness were key to success. And for ASML and others in the industry, the challenge was to adapt and thrive in the face of changing regulations and shifting global dynamics. And then shocking news broke out in the Netherlands. The Dutch government made a bold move by dismissing not one or two, but a whopping 17 Russian intelligence agencies. It all started in February when the AVID, the Dutch intelligence agency, made a shocking revelation. They found out that Russia had been secretly spying on the wind turbine farms and infrastructure in the Dutch North Sea. But why? The reason behind their espionage was even more disturbing. Apparently, Russia was preparing for potential sabotage. The Dutch government couldn't just sit and watch their country being threatened. It was a bold move and sent a clear message to Russia that their actions won't be tolerated. The incident left everyone in the Netherlands and around the world stunned. It was a clear reminder that even in this modern age, espionage and sabotage still exist, and countries need to be vigilant to protect their interests. What's your thoughts on this matter? Don't forget to share your thoughts with us below in the comments section. See you in the next video soon. Till then, stay tuned.